Recently, I was at the pool and somebody came up to me and said, "Why are you doing this sport? Didn't you know that swimming makes your bones weaker?" He said, just like astronauts who come back to Earth have weaker bones, it's the same case with swimmers who swim all the time. They're in non-gravity, they have weaker bones over time. I thought to myself, if that's true, we're all screwed. I'm Siska, former professional triathlete and NCAA swimmer. We're gonna go on a deep dive on this topic and find out what science says. Let's do this. Actually, years ago, I had a real scare that made me think that swimming did make my bones weaker. You know, I did 1 year of college swimming and I wanted to become a professional triathlete. So I decided, hey, I need to learn how to run. I walked on to a Division I running program and I was able to keep up with those guys immediately. I'll tell you why in just a second. But I went from running 0 miles a week to 80 miles a week with no training to prep me for that. And I got injured in all kinds of ways. I just had every injury in the book. And I thought to myself, hey, am I just weaker from being a swimmer? I can't do this land stuff now because I had all those years of swimming? Well, the relief came when I found out, no, that wasn't the case at all. It was just me training like an idiot, going from 0 to 80 without any background prep that caused the injuries. It wasn't actually swimming that had made my bones weaker. After I adjusted to everything, my bones were completely fine and I was actually relatively injury-free. What that did make me realize is that swimming creates an engine in you like no other sport. What other sport can you come into with no training and be able to keep up right away? We want to harness that. We want to learn how we can swim fast, but also have strong bones as well. Let's talk about that now. A meta-analysis of 14 different studies from the Journal of Sports Science found that swimming does not make your bones weaker. But what it did find is that swimming, unlike other high-impact sports, doesn't increase bone density like they do. This is actually good for us because swimming, being low impact in nature, allows you to train that engine like no other sport. And this is why, as a swimmer, I was able to keep up with Division I college runners with no run training whatsoever. That's the incredible part of swimming. We just have to learn how to use that and also build strong bones at the same time, because that's important, especially as we age. Of course, a general concern as we get older is our bone density, not just for women, but for men as well. And weak bones, of course, leads to osteoporosis. Well, a recent study in the Biomed Research International Journal revealed that swimming for women with osteoporosis 3 to 6 hours per week actually increase their bone density. Now that might sound like a contradiction to what I just said earlier, but they were doing resistance training in the water. What does this tell us? That we should do resistance training in the water as well to help our bone density and be stronger overall. And the kind of training that they were doing was jumps off the bottom with rubber bands. They were doing training where they were pushing off the wall, having resistance, pulling them back. These are all classic things that we can use to our advantage as swimmers and triathletes. So what actually does make your bones weaker? Well, they're the obvious: alcohol, smoking, bad nutrition. But there's actually an interesting correlation between your body's fat percentage and bone density that I want to talk about right now. Now, to talk about that correlation, we're going to bring in my brother, who's basically an expert on all things science.
So an interesting correlation between fat in the body is different for men and women. So we know men and women are different, and in this area, they're really different. So men, when we have higher stores of fat in our body, it actually causes lower testosterone to be produced in our body. And testosterone is critical for bone density in men. But what's really interesting is for women, this is the complete opposite. So women naturally store more fat in the body, and in these fat stores, they store estrogen. Now, when women go through menopause, the estrogen levels in their body basically tank. This can be horrible for the way they feel, for their health, but it also can be horrible for their bone density. So a lot of women who are athletes, who do endurance sports and who just in general like to walk around at a leaner body fat percentage, they're at a disadvantage and at a risk of developing osteoporosis because they don't have enough fat and estrogen in those fat stores in their body. So for women, it's actually good to have a little bit of weight on you.
So you're saying women fatter, we like that.
We like that as men when women are a little bit fatter, and for your health, it's better as well too.
Thank you, Carl. That was very interesting.
And guys, if you want to know your true swim potential in this moment, I want you to take my quiz and we'll give you a score to let you know. Look in the comments below, click the link and find out.
One reason we can find that swimming is not like being an astronaut in space is that when you swim and contract your muscles actually release what's called myokines that translate a message to your bones saying that, hey, we need to build up and be strong. That's why swimming can maintain bone strength. And those examples that we gave before with those women with osteoporosis, it helped actually build it with the right type of training. Now, in swim training with my athletes, we want to make sure that we always get super systematic, because when you follow a systematic plan, that's how you can improve anything in sports, but especially swimming. You want to make sure that you have your strength days factored in, at least twice per week. That's all it takes. And in those strength sessions, if you add a little bit of jumping or a little bit of impact training, doing lunges, squats, that can help increase your bone density for sure. And as a swimmer, not only are you building strength that can put power into the water, you're also making your bones and body stronger in general. Now, my athletes found that when we added a little bit of strength training to their swimming, their performance did get much better. So if you want to learn how to do that more, just click the link below and you can write me directly and we can talk about it. Now, thank you for getting to this part of the video. If you found this information valuable, please like it, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow. And until next time, I'm Siska. Check out this video.